Ah! My ankle. Heal my body, majestic earth! Hello everyone and welcome back to Positive Curiosities, the channel where we try to learn and not lament. Today we're going to talk about the alternative medicine practice of what's referred to as grounding or earthing, and we're going to see if shoes are really the silent killer of our time. Off we go. Okay, earthing. What the heck is it anyways? Proponents claim a person being electrically grounded to the earth by literally being barefoot on the ground allows for the free flow of electrons between your body and the ground, and it is the key to a healthy and more well-rounded life. Others go further and claim that frequent grounding can cure a laundry list of actual diseases. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Now, I don't claim to be a doctor, and I don't play one on YouTube, so as per usual, I will leave links down in the description for you to check out some of these claims and evidence for yourself, and this is most certainly not any sort of medical advice coming from me. So, first off, what are some of the claims that are being made by the proponents of earthing? Well, they claim earthing helps things such as improved sleep, stress reduction, pain relief, better blood flow and circulation, immune support, balanced cortisol levels, improved cardiovascular function, reduced inflammation, normalized muscle tension, faster recovery from muscular strain, increased levels of energy, and reduced free radicals in the body. Wow, that's a lot to unpack there. Thought we were in the side effects part of a drug commercial there for a second. Try Positivus Curiatosis if you're experiencing general gloom from pseudoscience and alternative facts. Side effects may include enjoying sunsets, taking in fresh air, laughing at jokes, cooking a tasty meal, playing games with friends, and ignoring most of social media because it's a lot of blatant lies. So there are a lot of things that they claimed earthing helped, and we obviously can't go through all of them, but the main ones that most sites seem to highlight are the relieving of inflammation and the reduction of free radicals, so let's look into those. Okay, first, inflammation. According to people smarter than myself who have actually gone to school to study these things, inflammation can be found in two forms. One, acute inflammation, which is basically your immune system sending white blood cells to a cut or a bump or helping out in the event of the flu or pneumonia. Or two, chronic inflammation, which happens when unwanted things are in your body such as smoke particulates or an overabundance of fat cells. Now, free radicals are volatile molecules that have unpaired electrons and can damage important things in our bodies like parts of our cells and our DNA by stealing their electrons. Our bodies create free radicals all the time, not only in the response to nasty things like pollution, UV rays, or viruses and bacteria, but they are even produced when we exercise. Antioxidants are compounds that can give up an electron to these free radicals while not becoming free radicals themselves. You can find antioxidants in a lot of healthy foods, such as various fruits like citruses and blueberries, vegetables like kale, cocoa, and green tea. I'll note here that antioxidants shouldn't be touted as a panacea cure-all or an anti-aging miracle like some would want, but that's for a video down the line. So the earthing community notes that inflammation is caused by free radicals, and while that relationship is complex, and it could be said that in some instances free radicals are caused by the inflammation, okay, sure, let's go with it. Their main argument is that Earth is a supplier of electrons because generally its surface is electrically negative, and that through standing barefoot on the ground you could strip off some of those sweet electrons, and those in turn basically act like antioxidants and neutralize the free radicals in your body. This argument seems odd because when you ground something it gives it a neutral charge and can even remove excess electrons. Also, they argue that shoes completely insulate you from being electrically neutral with the Earth, but shoes don't fully insulate you from electrical charges, as anyone who's ever gotten a static shock can attest to. It's why people who work with electricity need to buy special non-conductive EH-rated shoes. Not to mention that the neutralizing of free radicals is chemically specific to antioxidants, not just free-range electrons. And again, the reason we ground things in electrical work is to give the electrons a path to go somewhere if there's an overload, or to prevent them from building up in the first place. Regardless of all that, what about the studies that have been done? If they're good, then there has to be something to it, right? Well, an actual doctor, Dr. Stephen Novella, a clinical neurologist and associate professor at Yale Medical, noted that the studies that only seem to show positive results from earthing are typically done with a small number of participants. They focus on on subjective outcomes and are typically poorly controlled. It's also been noted before that a lot of the studies are written by the same 4 people and typically only publish in alternative medical journals or pay-to-publish journals. Also, funny story, the same 4 authors are currently or formerly on the board of advisors for the Earthing Institute, whose mission is to, quote, further the research regarding the health benefits of being connected to the Earth, to serve as a repository for information about grounding the human body, and to disseminate this knowledge throughout the world. So there definitely seems to be an incentive to having positive results with regards to earthing. Not to mention that almost any website dealing with the practice has a lot of real estate devoted to selling you something that will help you with your earthing experience. These are all red flags that should make your critical thinking senses tingle. So where's the positivity in all this? Well, first off, for those who believe, I get it. I first started looking into this stuff, and without looking a little deeper, it all seemed pretty legit. But honestly, after scratching the surface a little more, it all started raising a lot of skeptical signals. On the other hand, when it comes to alternative medicine fads like this one's probably one of the most tame ones out there. Sure, walking around barefoot could get you some glass in your foot or hookworm, but in general, it's not too bad. In fact, there are studies that show being outside and in green spaces can be healthy and beneficial as well. They show that some of the ailments that grounding takes credit for are simply solved by spending some time out in nature, with or without shoes. This is likely due that most of the things that earthing is promoting are more qualitative than quantitative. I mean, it's not like the earthing community said that they can cure pandemic level disease or anything. They think it works as a treatment for COVID. Ugh. It's like a gateway practice or something. Okay, well, regardless, getting outdoors is good for you, whether you're barefoot or not. Along with the benefits, being outdoors typically promotes some form of exercise, which is also good for you. So again, outdoors is great for you. Watch out for glass and nails if you're barefoot, and especially since most of our lives are now spent behind a screen, it's a really good idea to go and touch grass every now and again. Just don't waste too much money on someone trying to sell you a new cure for something that doesn't really make any sort of scientific sense. So as always, stay positive and save your money where you can. Cheers!